What is this? Doofus, someone parked in a parking spot. What are you doing? It has a crest on the hood. Is that a bird? Larry Bird. Do something about it. Don't do me like this.
You hearing that?
We talked about this. We have very strict rules about limits here. You can't, you're disrespecting the kingdom of broken BMWs.
Beautiful day for a quick nap. Next to my stallion.
I'm gonna
476 horsepower V8 supercharged.
And I'm gonna shove that hat up your...
Right, I found a project that's not a BMW, and it's a Mercedes E55 AMG Touring Estate, if you will. So this is the W211 chassis, or maybe S211 if it's a Touring. I'm not so sure about that. It's on Copart in Mannheim, which is about hour and a half away from Frankfurt. And of course, I didn't go to see it because I don't have that kind of time. But this car looks very cool and very interesting to me. Supercharged V8, 476 horsepower in a wagon. Come on, that is just cool. This is the damage that it has. The fender, the door, the side skirt. Doesn't look too bad. All of that can be easily replaced. Oh yeah, a bit of damage there. And I saw rust on the tailgate in the back as well. Yeah, you can see it here. In that corner, there's a bit of rust. Anyway, the price started at 10,000 euro, which is already kind of highish. I put one bit in just to see if my account works, and it does. But equivalent examples right now advertised online. So here's a black one, 14,500. That's a negotiable price. This one, I believe the guy wants 18, and then this one just sold for 14 or less. Oh yeah, look at that, that's kind of interesting. So I'm thinking for this one, given that it's Copart, that it's a US import as well, which is kind of strange, but that's what it says. I'm gonna go as high as 13K, I think, even though that might be too much as well. Because on top of this price, you also have fees and some other crap, and it's gonna add up to another 1,000 euros. This is a popular car. It is somewhat rare, and I would love to work on a proper AMG car. I think there's... Shut up. Look at that little thing. So that's what's normally on Copart in Germany, like boring stuff like this. I think this is the only interesting car in today's auction. Oh, look at that. Sorry, there's a charger. Why are you so loud? Oh, wow. Holy crap. There's nothing left of that thing. You know what? 13K is actually... It would be too much, because that would be around 14,000 with fees and everything. You can buy an equivalent example with no body damage. The only thing is black, and I hate black cars. Also, look at Project Frankfurt, how pretty it is. That's Mont Saint-Michel in France. It's coming up next. Not interested in Nissan Rogue. Ooh, here we go. Bid. Bid. Latvia, come on! And he's gonna wait until the last minute, isn't he? Wait. What? I just bought an AMG. I'm Mercedes owner now. I'm gonna go break the news to the wife. I'm sure she's gonna love this. 11,100 euros. Come on! For an AMG E55? Bruce! Ems? Ems? I bought something. I bought a car. Are you happy? Ah, yep, there. You heard it, the deep. What if it comes and the engine is broken? Although it does say run and drive here. Look at that! Rust! That's pretty rusty. So is that, and so is that. Rust there. Fantastic! We love rust. A bit of a scrapey scrape here. I took the clear coat off. This has been scraped. Ooh, it's actually a good ding dong there. And this one as well. Look at those brakes. AMG. Headlights are faded. I can polish that, and there's the... All right, let's hear that start. Runs and drives. Oh, that's a good sound. Oh, you can hear the supercharger under the hood. But here we are, S211 E55 AMG, supercharged Mercedes, and I own one. It smells like a used car. Oh. The winning bid was, as you saw, 11,100 euros. With some fees and nonsense, it came to around 12,000. And then there was Mehrwersteuer, VAT on top of that. So all in around 14 grand, but that tax, I'm gonna get that back because I have a company. So 12 grand is what this car cost me. Hi. Yeah. Danke. Vielen Dank. Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited. Let's do a quick walk around and see what's what. Hopart listing said that this is a US import. And if you look here, it was registered in Wiesbaden, which is like 30-ish minutes away from Frankfurt. And there's a US military base in the area. So it's quite possible that someone from the US brought it over and used it as a normal everyday daily car. So the headlights, a little bit yellow, but this can be polished out. Stone chips. Not that many. That looks quite good. Ah, there's one right over there. That headlight needs polishing as well. A bit of a scrapey scrapers in there. Winter tires. I do quite like the wheels. Think we're gonna keep them. Maybe they need to be refurbished. This one is good actually, not curved up. Winter wheels are good. Wow, 2022. So this is the big damage. It actually looks worse in person than it did in pictures. Surprise. So my thinking is, and I forgot my little device, is to measure the paint and see if it's original. If yes, this looks like a very common color. So if I can find used original paint, fender and the door and the side skirt, fix it like that, and I don't have to do any paint work. The mirror needs to be redone as well. This one, this will need paint. Paint is missing there, so that'll need to be painted, at least that area here. This is sagging a little bit there. The rear wheel is in good condition, not curved up. Brakes are good, man. Pads are good in the back. How about front? Look at that caliper. Man, AMG was on point with their braking game. Yeah, brakes are good all around. That's awesome. And this wasn't clearly visible on the pictures. That's quite a lot of rust there. And there. What are the chances that I find a rust-free tailgate? I would say pretty slim in Germany, but maybe in Spain or somewhere where it's dry. This side is quite good, no damage. This wheel is curved up. So, but this wheel is going to be very easy to refurbish because this is CNC, so they can just fix the edge here. Missing some clips, and this one is slightly broken. Look at that. Look at that, BMW. There's a drain. So this area won't rust. That's how you do that. E39, I'm talking to you. Oh, that's busted. Piece of the bumper is missing there. Only one wheel is curved. That one over there. And we can definitely fix that. We don't need to refurbish all four wheels. They just need a good cleaning. The interior looks in decent shape. A little bit dirty, but overall in nice shape. I mean, yeah, you can see some dirt there. These don't look like original floor mats. Bit of wear here, but nothing. That's just like nothing for the kilometers. 206,000 kilometers. And look at that cluster. I really like this cluster. 5-speed Clunkomatic. How do you open, good sir? Ah, there we are. Yeah. That's there. We can glue that back together. I mean, the interior is in really nice shape, I gotta say. Headliner is beautiful. But I mean, the leather, this is gonna clean up beautifully. And the color combo is quite nice. Most of these are black, which I didn't want. I really wanted the silver one. Yeah, the rear seat. Nice. It has climate controls in the back as well. So it's dual zone. Or 4-zone? 4-zone. I don't know if that's a rare option on an E55, but look at this. Cutouts for your knees. You Mercedes guys are probably, whatever. But this is new territory for me. Say hello to Project Rally. Is it automatic? Nope. That's good. Prefer it that way. Shocks are good. Look at this trunk space, man. That is massive. I'd say that's definitely bigger than E39. So where is this rust coming from? So that edge there, funnily enough, E39 has the same problem, the Touring. Oh, and the seat goes towards the front once you do that. Does it not go down all the way? Look at that, that one moves as well. So the floor is not flat all the way, but that is a tremendous amount of space in this car. I just spotted this now. This was painted here. Yeah, you can see overspray there. Silver. So this quarter here was painted for sure. Yes, painted as well.
So this is not original paint, at least not this bit here, which means since the color is the same, probably the entire side was painted. See that there? That's a tape line, which means that this door is not original color. So my idea of sourcing original color doors is not going to work because it's not going to match with the repaint on this car. There is no way. So we might need to do a bit of paint work on this car. In any case, the doors and the fender need to be replaced. But this one does not have the shopping chute like the E39 Touring, for example. There it is. 4.4 liter supercharged M113K engine, 476 horsepower and 700 Newton meters of torque. It is a monster, this engine. The emblem is missing, and who made this engine? Michael Yahoo? I can't read that. That's upside down. We don't like that. Let's fix that immediately. Bit of condensation on the cap, but that's not concerning at all because the car hasn't been driven properly in God knows how long because it's been sitting on the auction lot. Look at that. Liquid moly oil change. Done at 205,000 kilometers. And he used, well, it didn't. Oh, plus Getriebe. So they serviced the transmission as well. That's nice. And they knew their stuff using liquid moly goodness. And this was done 19th of March, 25. So the car wasn't sitting on the auction lot for God knows how long. Is this factory? That little knob to adjust suspension? Something tells me 9, or maybe yes. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. In case you can't tell, this is my very first Mercedes, so I don't know anything about them. Look at that belt routing. Ooh, that looks like a leaky valve cover. And the famous coil plugs, I think it's 2 spark plugs per cylinder, which is amusing. These engines, I mean, I don't know anything about them, but I do know what people say, and that's that these engines are really robust, really, really strong, and not much goes wrong with them, which is one of the reasons why I wanted this power plant. I want to experience Mercedes. I want to experience a proper AMG. My question is, who is the right competitor for W or S? To 11. Is it E39 M5 or E60 M5? Because E55 AMG came out in 2003, and that's when the production for the E39 M5 ended, and then the E60 M5 came out in 2005. But I'm really, really, really curious to see how this thing drives. Yeah, I'm curious now. Is it stock suspension or not? But those look like coilovers to me. I think they have air suspension, don't they? It's possible that the previous owner deleted that. You know what? Let's go for a cheeky drive because there's a private road on the left over there. Made in Taiwan. What the f***? Is this a fake fender? Look here. It says made in Taiwan. That's not an original part, is it? The bolts have been messed with, so this is not the original fender. That's not original paint. You can see that's chipping there and there. So the front bumper has been repainted. And then this one doesn't say made in Taiwan. These bolts look, nope, they've been messed with as well. That's overspray as well. Right there. So this car was painted heavily. But that sounds pretty smooth. It has the soft limiter, but sounds good. The engine sounds healthy. And there are no lights on the dash complaining about anything other than the battery. It does say visit workshop. I am the workshop. Let's go for a quick spin down the street. Private road. Seats are super comfortable, man. Really like it. Suspension is freaking awesome. This is a terrible road here. Super comfortable. The AC is working wonderfully. That was like barely touching the throttle and it's done. I mean, so far I don't see any major issues with this car. Hey now. All right, into the new dojo you go. Are the parking sensors working? I think not. No, yes. The door is still too small and this car is way too big. It gives very comfortable vibes, this car, which I like. Now this is a sight to behold. E55 AMG squeezing between two very special E39s. Right, I'm gonna call the Mercedes-Benz hotline. Good evening, Chicago.
Hello. Welcome to Good Three Quarters.
This is a bit weird. You're working on a BMW and I'm working on that.
And we both have blue shirts.
Yeah, something is up here, huh?
It's really weird, but congrats and welcome to the E55 family.
Thank you very much. I heard you know a thing or 15 about them, so I thought I'd pick your brain. Look at it!
Beautiful.
2006
Oh, yeah.
E55. I mean, don't mind that, it's just a small dent. That'll buff out.
Yeah, it's okay. I like it. No sunroof?
No sunroof, yes. Is that
I've never seen an
rare?
E55 with no sunroof.
That's good. I hate sunroofs.
That's insane. I've never seen that before. Wow. You guys don't like the sun out there, apparently.
We do, but you know, when I'm doing 300 on the Autobahn, I don't want wind noise.
I hear you.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. What's going on with it?
I have no clue. I just literally pulled it into the shop and I'm about to lift it up in the air and I'm kind of scared of this. See that there?
Oh, yeah.
And that there? And there?
Okay.
And then a little bit there. So,
No rust.
are they
Yeah.
prone to rust
Whatever. At
or?
least- no, not really. No, the 211 chassis was pretty good, especially coming after the 210, which, I mean, those things would rot out like crazy.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Mercedes worked some magic for the 211, and they were not prone to rust. In that era, especially, Mercedes had a lot of rust issues, but not specifically on the 211. Not saying they can't rust, obviously, but
That's good.
they were one of the better ones of that time. So hopefully it's just the hatch.
And I heard that this engine is very robust, huh?
It's the best. It's the best, especially compared to BMW and Audi at the same time. It's a very
Hey, now.
bulletproof. I know, but you know what those take.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Ooh, you got coilovers.
Yeah, so this car had originally air suspension.
Yeah, air suspension.
I kind of wish it had that because I really wanted to see how that feels.
You know, I think I have a smaller supercharger pulley laying around.
Oh,
Just saying.
do you now?
This is going to be a whole new world for you. Like,
Yeah.
you can have reliably, you can have 500 wheel horsepower on those and not ever do rod bearings. No rod bearings.
That's unusual for me. How about oilings?
Like, they're not an issue. Nothing. They're all, it's just a great engine.
Do they leak oil?
No, I mean, maybe after, you might need a rear main seal. I mean, any engine can leak from a rear main seal or valve cover gaskets. Yeah, that's it. I mean, like, talking real engine components, like timing components, don't worry about them. They're going to be fine. There's no variable valve timing. There's no guide issues. There's no chain issues. There's
You're
no
kidding.
head bolt issues.
Nothing.
There's no piston issues. There's nothing. They're the best.
So Mercedes figured it out while BMW was struggling with pretty much everything. The only thing that I'm noticing from the top, the valve cover is leaking and that's about it. Nothing else.
Yeah, that's called the breather chamber. It's part of the PCV system, but it is a piece of valve cover that you remove separately, but it's sealed with RTV.
Yeah.
So no parts. You just have to clean it really well, put that back together. You should be
No
good. They did have
way.
issues early on with the supercharger pulley coming apart, but you'll see that or hear it. But as far as the actual engine, it's great. And it's so easy to mod. It's crazy.
How much power are you running on yours? I know you have a black one.
Yeah, well, mine has a Whipple supercharger on it now, so it's a little different. You know, so it's like 700 horsepower or something,
That's
which is pretty much
ridiculous.
that's like the limit of the engine. I mean, the rods do have a limit, but yeah, if you go full bolt-on with the stock supercharger, you know, you could easily be at like 550 wheel reliably, you know, and just drive the car and enjoy it.
I'm actually really excited to drive it on the Autobahn.
Man, I can't wait to hear about that. One of the best overall mods, the mod I tell everybody to do first, is long tube headers. You'll actually see a reduction in about like 2 psi of boost, so it's going to be safer. It'll gain like 40 wheel horsepower. It's the best mod, hands down, long tube headers.
Nice. All right. I'm gonna get it up in the air and see what's lurking underneath, and then I'm probably gonna pick your brain a bit later to see what else I need to do. Yeah. But thank you for this.
Yeah, I
This
don't know
was
what's going on here, but we're switching here. I'm working
yeah,
on
it's
a diesel.
ridiculous, and you're working on a
Super
diesel.
common to you.
Yeah, very common, but I hate them. You will never see one in my shop. They're
I don't like them
hateful,
either, but I did
hateful
fix
things.
this today, so I'm
Oh,
happy
you did?
now.
Nice job. Good one.
All right, man,
Awesome.
well, good luck with the E55. Keep me posted. Send me pictures.
Thank you.
I wanna
Will
hear all
do.
about it.
Thanks, Alex. Talk to you soon.
All right, dude. Talk to you soon.
Are you telling me I'm not gonna have anything to do on this car? It appears that we're not gonna dig deep into this engine, which is a bit of a change for me, I must say. As long as it's not rusty underneath, I'll be happy. Right, this is going to be the very first car that's gonna go up on this Nussbaum lift. Let's first check the suspension. Let's see. Any play here? Confirmed, we have coilovers. Wondering what kind of coilovers are these. That ball joint looks fairly fresh, so maybe that control arm was recently replaced. You can see the coilover in there. Brakes we already checked. No lip on the rotors, on the discs. They're like brand new, and plenty of meat left on the pads. Good. Yep. Good as well. Absolutely no play in the suspension whatsoever. Does it have an LSD? It does not. Do you hear that? That's right. Neither do I. No more clack, clack, clack spindle lift. It's not hydraulic. Oh. Oh no. An oil leak. Coming from BMW, they never leak oil. They are sealed tighter than my ex-landlord's wallet. I'm kidding, of course. I feel right at home. I'd actually feel quite uncomfortable if this car was leak-free. So let's do a tour of Mercedes land. You can see the under tray is quite wet and we have a dribble. I think this car hit something underneath. You can see a scrape there. That looks fairly fresh. It's still not rusted. It's probably from the accident. And then it's a bit broken there. That's a bit kaput. And then this. Something went underneath of this car, didn't it? Oh, look at that. Plastic broken there as well. So we'll need the side plastic on both sides. Let's check out the rear. Everything looks nice here. And you know what I'm not seeing? A rusty chassis. This all looks quite good. Bit of surface rust here and there, but it's quite normal. It is a car that was driven in Germany, but look at that. That's fresh as well. So something definitely went underneath of this car. Coilovers in the back as well. Sway bar links look good. More scrapers in here. The flex joint, actually good. Those are not cracks. That's just the protective layer on the rubber. Here, I'll show you. It's just that protective coating that's coming off, but the guibo itself looks good. No name coilovers, no labels or anything. How about here? Nope, nada. Okay, let's get the cover off. Wow, that's steel. Hey now. Oh. What? I think that just snapped. Well, that's great. Someone used a non-original bolt there. Well, what in the schnitzel? Nope, we need to chop off this bolt. That's excellent. One thing I'll never understand is how people use the grinder without hearing protection. This thing is so freaking loud. Off to a good start. Where were we? Wow, this thing is really heavy. Aha! Here it is. It's frozen here inside of this little clip. Wowza. This one is really oily. Ah, so this is maybe what Alex was talking about, rear main seal. That would be a fun one. Okay, let's take a closer look. I think chasing oil leaks on this car is going to be the main thing. You can see a small leak there, but also if you look above, that's going to be the valve cover or the CCV that Alex was talking about earlier. But lower down, you can see some fresh RTV. I believe that's Reinzel sealed, the good stuff. Apparently these Mercedes don't use gaskets, they use RTV. And then on this side, that all looks quite good. And then from above it's fairly dry. Here as well dry, but this is going to be the main spot. And this could very well be the rear main seal. So yeah, let's get the inspection covers off and then see if I can see something inside with the endoscope. Okay, in you go. That looks pretty oily there. If we were to judge by this stream here, it's gonna be the rear main seal. Right, let's forget about the oil leak for a second. I'm gonna go all around the car one more time and just look over things in detail. Right, so here's what I found. We have a split in the tie rod ball joint boot. So that's a nice and easy fix. We'll probably do that in pair. And then this tension strut or thrust arms in BMW world, they were replaced not long ago. That looks freshish. But everything else, like all of the suspension components look great. Like no cracks, no play, nothing. Sway bar links also good. Still have no idea what kind of brand these coilovers are. Then if we go further down the road, everything is clean. The chassis is actually in really good condition. There is no rust anywhere. Exhaust is, you know, a little bit rusty, but it's not too bad. And then in the back, this output shaft CV boot, that one is split open and as you can see, it's slinging grease everywhere. So we need to address that. The one on this side is good, but it's also starting to look a bit crispy, so it would probably be smart to do them in pair as well. And then coilovers in the back as well. I have no idea what kind of shock setup this is. It's probably fluid, but you can see air lines here from the original suspension, which has been deleted. But look at the chassis here. It's clean. In the back as well. No rust. It's nice and clean. So that was the number one thing that I was afraid of, that it's going to be a rust bucket underneath. But it's not. It's actually quite good condition. So let's go up top in the engine bay and just confirm the oil leak from the valve cover and see how bad it is, because that will be our first stop, fixing the leaks from above and then underneath. You can see here the leak is pretty vigorous. It's just not dripping on the ground, it's collecting in that tray, I guess. And then as you drive, it's spreading everywhere. Damn, this thing is smooth, this lift. It's ridiculous. Let's see if I can figure out that famous Mercedes service position. I think, yes, look at that. Oh, nice. Quite like that, look at that. That is awesome. That is definitely something BMW should do. I mean, you can do it on an E39, for example. You just need an extra bolt to pop it in there. But this already has a mechanism for it. Spot on, Mercedes, spot on. All right, now we're gonna snoop around the engine like Snoop Dogg. Just get these covers off. Confirm that leak from the valve cover. It's just one cover. This is part of the air filter box. This side is actually pretty freaking dry. Maybe we should do spark plugs while we do this. This side of the valve cover is leaking pretty badly, so I guess we'll do that first. That's okay, that's a little bit crispy there. Oh my God! Look at that air filter. Look at this. That hasn't been changed in a while. Oh my Lord! So yeah, I think we're gonna add a service, a nice little service. Okay, I actually have a plan. Let me go get a whiteboard. Okay, I was kidding. I don't have a whiteboard, but I do have a piece of wood, which is a step above using cardboard to write on. So we're gonna do this project a bit differently. Let's put it like that. I'm gonna write everything that needs doing on this car, everything that we need to fix, and then we're gonna go through the entire list one by one until this car is fixed. So let's write it down. E50 AMG. Replace left door fender. Can't write apparently. I'm gonna write the whole list off camera and then we're gonna go through it. Here's the list. E55 AMG. That's this car. First item on the list, replace left door and left fender. Valve cover leak, then that big oil leak underneath. Tie rods, output shafts, big service. All of the fluids, all of the filters. Polish headlights, hood insulation that's falling apart, summer wheels. We currently have winter wheels. We also need summer wheels. Rear hatch, that rust. Then we have steering wheel leather, that's worn, that needs to be redone. Windshield, fortunately found a big chip in the center of your field vision and that will not pass tooth inspection, so we need to replace that. Left side skirt, E55 AMG specific. If anyone has that for sale, it doesn't have to be in color, we can paint that. It's not a big deal. And then painting. We'll probably need to do a bit of painting here and there, like the mirror caps, the paint is chipping, we need to do that, and then potentially, or probably, blend the paint here and there because we're gonna replace some panels. Detailing, so clean the interior, detail the exterior, and then detail the engine bay. Kinda, you know, we'll do that last. And then I just added left intake duct that's a bit kaput. And yeah, we'll work through this list, and then as we work on the car, I'll add more stuff if we find anything else. But for now, this is a nice lift and list, not a lift, list that we need to go through, and then this car is gonna be ready to hit the road and pass tooth inspection. I think in this episode, let's start with the item number one. Left door, left fender. I've bought a door in the same color that doesn't have a massive dent and is overall in good shape. And a box that contains a fender inside. Fender was actually more expensive than the door for some reason. Paid, I think, 70 bucks for the door and 150 for the fender. 17 hours later, the fender is unpacked. Appears to be an original color in good condition. Let's see if these two match color. It's actually pretty damn good. I think this is original color as well. Yeah. These are shared across all 211 models, so this was not that difficult or expensive to find. If you can only find the rear hatch, then we'll be complete. Okay, let's remove the old parts and install the new ones. Let's get the door off first. There's a screw here. There it is. Watch this. That's how you remove this trim. You just slide it back. That's a very elegant design, Mercedes. I like it. So we'll need to transfer this one onto the new door. Now we're gonna remove the door panel. First, a T20 here. And remove this cover here. And no clips were harmed in the removal of this cover. Ooh, floor mats. Add that to the list. There's a T30 here. Another cover next to the grab handle. Let's pull that out, and then 2 more screws. Speaker. Can let that dangle for now. And now we can break some clips. This is very, very similar to the E39, I must say. There's a cable here for the door handle. Unclip all of the cables. Speaker. And that's it. Very nicely engineered and very easy to remove. Clips? Ooh, they're the same ones as for BMW. Well, more or less. We'll remove the door module. How do you work these clips? Do you just squeeze and then pull? Yes, you squeeze the 2 tabs. There it is. Ah, just pull it up. Next, the mirror. Where are the screws? Oh, blimey. I was looking for the screws on the inside, but no. First, we gotta remove the glass. So tilt it downwards, and then there's a clip here. There it is. Now we have the cable for the heating. And that's it. So this is the clip here. You just need to lift it over and up. And they didn't remove this mirror when they painted that cap. There's overspray on the glass. All right, there is a clip here that you need to press in with a screwdriver. And then slide out the cover maybe? No? You know what? I can access the screws here. I don't need to mess with that clip. It's 1 screw, another one on the bottom. And then another one here. I mean, the cap will have to come off and get repainted eventually, but for now we can just remove the mirror like this. Next, we gotta remove the exterior door handle and the lock cylinder. So pull this rubber trim and there should be a screw right over there. Okay. Yeah. Connector's already clipped. Where's the connector, man? Someone didn't connect it. Well, that's bizarre. Now this, how do we do this? Just pull it out, huh? Yes? No? Oh, aren't you supposed to slide out? That's what the man on YouTube said! He said, pull, red arrow. Pull, blue arrow. Well, it's not really working out, is it? Oh, I don't think it should be. Oh yeah, there it is, it's out. Right, I think that's all we need from this door. Oh right, we need the upper trim. We need this trim piece and this trim piece. If it's anything like BMW, this should just pull straight up. Now this trim, if you pull the rubber back, there's a screw here. Another one here. Okay, the window is down. There it is. I think this should come out as well, no? Yes. Okay, because this door is gonna get trashed, I'm gonna remove everything from it and just, you know, have stuff as spares. Vapor barrier. Okay, that's the vapor barrier off. So let's get the speaker out, window regulator, door actuator, everything. Wow, is that it? Just twisted? Come on, I mean that's... Had to raise the glass a little bit. Now we can get to the 2 screws here that hold the glass in, and then we should be able just to pull it out. Okay, that's the glass out. That's the window motor out. And now you gotta drill out the rivets and remove the regulator. Okay, that's all of the rivets drilled out. Save that. So this one slides out as well. Seal can come out. bracket as well, and that's one Mercedes door butt naked. Now we should have one connector here. There is no connector, you just pull the wires through. Well, that's easy. The door stop. We're not gonna mess with this bracket here. Instead, we're gonna lift the door out from these hinges. Now it should be as simple as lifting the door out. And it is. Very, very simple, I must say. I like this engineering. Very, very similar to BMW. And one of the reasons why I like that brand. In the bin you go, sir. Next, the fender. We have one 10mm bolt here. Then there are two bolts on the bottom here behind the side skirt. So we need to unclip that. This side skirt is pretty badly broken. All right, that's enough to access, two nuts. Ooh, it's raining. Now we're gonna jack up the car and get the front wheel off so we can pull the fender liner, enter Hugh Jackman. Really, really nice brakes. Still, absolutely no markings on the coilovers, at least the stickers. Now I need to unclip the fender from the bumper. Okay, two screws out. Aha! There's a bracket there that pops out, and now, yeah, the fender is free. And then finally, and the fender should come off. Momentito. There it is. One broken fender. And the metal in here is perfect. Didn't touch the structure of the car whatsoever. A bit of cleaning. Replacement fender going in. Going to loosely start the bolts. And then first we're gonna install the door and then line up everything. Curious to see if the color will match even a little bit. That's the bolts on the top started. Two on the bottom. One here. And I'm gonna get the bracket into place. I think it's missing another bolt here in the front, not a screw. The wheel can go back on. And now the door should be able to do this all by myself. Oh, look at that. There it is. Sneak the cables through. Well, so far this has been wonderfully easy. Okay, let's see how the door lines up, if I can shut it. Okay, the fender needs to go more towards the front. Let's try it now. And the color is completely off. Yep. Not even close. But that's fine. The door lines up beautifully out of the box. All of the lines and gaps, like here. Fender not so much, so we're gonna have to tweak that a little bit. That's good, man. This gap is quite nice. So let's tighten all the nuts. Bloody side skirt. Aha. That's fine for now. Let's see how the hood lines up. Pretty decent, I would say. Maybe a bit more this way. That looks pretty decent now. The right fender now fits horrendously bad because it's a replica, so I'll need to find an original fender and put it outside as well. I'm missing one screw here, which goes from inside of the bumper to close this gap. I'll do that later once the car is on the lift. All right, let's button up the door. That's actually original color. From this point, it's just installing the old parts onto the new door. And I think we'll need to replace the glass because the glass in this car has like blue tint to it from the factory. This one looks green, so I'll likely need to remove the vapor barrier, which is fine. Yeah, that glass is completely green. This one is blue, so we need to get the glass out. You see the difference there? Green, blue. So far, everything on this car has been brilliantly engineered and very easy to do. Original speaker going back in, like so. And now I need to refresh the butyl. The butyl. Got fresh butyl here. I'll go around and press it in. Well, that's beautiful. Cool, now I'm just gonna put everything back together and that should be it. Oh, man, everything goes back together beautifully. And Bob's your aunt. That's it. Everything put back together. I gotta admit something. I just replaced the doors on the E39, the panels and all that stuff. This was easier. Not a ton easier, but easier and more elegantly engineered. Everything goes back together beautifully. I mean, it does on BMW as well, but this was just really nice and refreshing to see. Let's go out in daylight and see how big of a difference in color we have now. Dang it, we have another Project Raleigh on our hands. It does not match. Not even close. If the rest of the car was original paint, this would actually match up pretty well. For example, the trims on the bottom of the doors, that hasn't been painted, and you can see that's a perfect match. And also these two panels from completely different cars, and they're pretty closely matching. It's just the rest of the car has been painted, and this has more metallic flake in it. It's also a bit darker. It has more like yellowish tint in it, so it just does not match. So this entire side of the car will most likely have to be painted because of this as well. Scrapes here, and then it'll look all nice. But also, if you look at the gaps and alignment on this side, everything looks nice. Here, not so much. I mean, look at this gap. That's horrendous. And also here, that line between the door and the fender, not good at all. We're gonna have to replace that replica fender as well. But for now, this is 57 shades of gray, and this will be 56 shades of silver. At least it doesn't have massive dents anymore. So we can tick off one item off the list. We'll crack on with the repairs in the next episode, but so far, I like it. I like it a lot. It's really nice to work on. Also, 12,000 euro for this thing. Seemingly a good deal. I mean, it's a clean car overall. The damage has been fixed. There's nothing seriously mechanically wrong with it. At least not that I can see right now. And it's just, you know, for that money, nearly 500 horsepower, supercharged V8, and it's a touring, it's practical. I love it, I really do. Also, I've been daily driving E39s for over 10 years now. Has the time finally come for change? Do I daily drive something new then? I don't know, we'll see. We'll see, I gotta live with this thing for a little while and then I'll make a decision. You know, it'll be fun to drive something else for a change. I'm just scared of that Clank-O-Matic. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like the new project, and I'll see you in the next one.